Welcome, Kiyomi. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you for having me, Sharon. It's always fun to be with you and cooking with you. And thank you so much, everyone, to be here again. And I see familiar faces, and it's so delightful to see you. And okay, so my name is Kiyomi, and the founder of Sei Mee Tea. And my mission is to spread the hope via green tea powder that we have. And the green tea powder is so convenient to make a cup of tea, and also it's so easy to use in everyday meals. So right here again, I'd like to share with you very delicious recipes. And today, the purpose here is to share that romantic and fun cooking. So first of all, I'd love to have a toast for you. And this is made with edible green tea and slice of orange and a new product. It's called Happy Heart Chai. And it's got the 100% organic chai spice blend. So just regular edible green tea and a pinch of chai spice and a slice of orange. And then you have wonderful green tea to warm up your body and heart. And so spices are preparation. This is your specialty. Spices are full of different kind of antioxidants that create that positive enzyme reactions in the system. But it's a great addition, not just for the flavor, for your health too. So cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking the Immune Boost today.
Oh, wow, great. So
this is another great one.
Awesome, great. How are you enjoying it?
I love it. I just put in 2 tablespoons of that. This is a big mug. This is like 24 ounces. So I just put in 2 teaspoons of this and half a teaspoon of my decaffeinated sencha, and stir it up and add a little bit of oat milk, and it's delicious.
Ooh, sounds great. Yeah, that's awesome. So that immune booster and the chai spice, both of them are caffeine free totally and certified organic. And Sharon, how did you like this chai?
I loved it. I love the chai spices, and like you said, they're full of antioxidants in and of themselves, and it was just a delicious combination. Really, really good and really easy, because when I was making chai before, I would have to steep the chai first, then add it to the ground green tea. So this way I just put all the powders in, added the hot water, stirred it, and it was delicious.
Great, wonderful. Yeah. The convenience helps to keep the good habits into that, the real, everyday routine, right? So,
right.
All right. So what I'm going to share today is has 3 components. So cauliflower coconut rice, no rice. We're going to use just cauliflower, and shish kebab, pineapple shish kebab with mango mustard sauce, and stuffed tofu with no sugar teriyaki sauce that we love. So I'm going to start with cauliflower rice. And if you haven't cooked the cauliflower, this whole mass might be a little bit intimidating. Where to start, right? So just remove that the green part, and then you can chop that excessive part, and you can cook with it to make broth, for example. But you can do whatever you want, and then you have the head. And what you're gonna do is just cut off these portions sticking out, and then you have this kind of chunk, and then you can split it into 2. And today we're not using this. We're gonna save it for later, some other day. I'd love to cook cauliflower steak with yummy sauce. So for now, this is gonna go to the fridge. I'm gonna put it in a container and set it aside. So what I'm going to do is just just a little bit of these parts, but this is about 2 cups of the cauliflower rice. So what you're going to do is basically just chop them up. It's, as you can see, they are so crumbly. So it's easy to chop. Just chop, 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 chop. And then just repeat until everything is like small pieces like this. And then these pieces become rice. Okay. And when you are done, okay, when you're done, you just mix with shredded coconut, no sugar, just plain coconut, shredded coconut. And the ratio is very easy to remember. Okay, so 2 cups of rice, cauliflower rice, and 2 tablespoons of shredded coconut, and mix it up. I already have here mixed up, and I have this one. I have it 4 cups, so double dose, but double batch. But so 4 cups of cauliflower rice, and 4 tablespoons of the shredded coconut, and then simply microwave it, and then you have cauliflower rice ready to go. And the coconut adds so much delicate but sweet flavor. It's perfect for our meal today because it's Hawaiian island theme. So that's it. What do you think? Just microwave it and you have that one dish already. So
Kiyomi,
yeah.
Kiyomi, if I don't have a microwave, so I could just heat it, just on the stove.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Just I would say boil the water first, and then add the small pieces of the cauliflower, and then simmer it, and probably like 5 minutes or so. And then because the cauliflower is so easy to cook, it doesn't take much time. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. That's a great question. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to shish kebab. Okay, so I have already here cut up veggies. So what I cut up was a zucchini, just one about this size zucchini, and cut it into 1 inch thick and then half. So it's like a half moon disc, and 1 red bell pepper, cut it into 3 sections, and then cut into half again, and then 1 more time, half again. And then you have 12 pieces of red pepper. And then you can use the real pineapple. If you buy the whole pineapple, there's a way to cut it, and I have instruction with the photos on our website. So I'm going to share with Sharon, and Sharon is going to share with you how to cut them. But anyway, these chunks were just skewered on your skewer. If you are using a bamboo skewer, soak them first pretty well so that the skewers don't catch the fire. But I'm going to just skewer these just alternately. Pineapple, zucchini, and then red pepper. Okay, so it's kind of pretty, and then we're gonna just grill it. Okay, so I have already 3 more made, 3 skewers made, so I have 4 together. That's how much I was able to make from 1 zucchini and 1 red pepper and 1/4 of the real pineapple. And then I'm going to just broil it. Okay, so probably each stove is different, so maybe you can kind of watch it. You don't want to burn it too much, but you can just a little bit broil, the scorch on the top would be tasty. Okay, now about 5 minutes. I'm going to time it 5 minutes, and then we're going to do something else. Well, so 5 minutes. Okay. In the meantime, we can make mango mustard sauce. Okay, so right here, we have mango paste, and this is just homemade mango paste. How I made it is very simple. It's like date paste using dried mango instead of dates. Just dried mango, and fill that 2-cup mason jar with the dried mango and fill with water. And if you are using just regular temperature water, room temperature, this is a dried mango, just fill it fill that mason jar with mangoes and add water, and then overnight, and then you can just process it to make mango paste. And it is so good. You can actually use it like dip as is, or you can make a fancy mango mustard sauce. It sounds fancy, but actually it's very, very easy. So I have 1 tablespoon stone ground mustard here, and what are we going to use is 3 tablespoons of this. And mango is so sweet as is, even if it's raw, but the drying process somehow increases the sweetness. So when you use the dried mango, it's really sweet, and you don't have to use sugar. So here you go. So 3 tablespoons mango paste and 1 tablespoon stone ground mustard, and then 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar. Okay, so this means half teaspoonful. Okay. Then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoonful of the green tea. And what green tea does to this, the flavor-wise, is for some reason when you add the green tea powder, somehow the sweetness deepens. So the sweetness becomes richer and somehow fuller, and you can enjoy the sweetness without adding as much sugar. Of course, this is not the cane sugar or refined sugar, but it's sugar by itself. So and lots of fiber, so it's a good stuff. But nonetheless, you don't want to consume a whole bunch, right? So this is the magic to deepen the sweetness without adding more sugar. And also, I love to add a little kick of the spiciness, and I like to use anti-inflammatory. Now, this is the old one, but this is the new packaging now. And this powder has turmeric in it, and turmeric, ashwagandha, and other really potent, healthful spices in there. So it's a good addition, not just flavor-wise, but really a good healthful addition. So once again, this one, just a 1/4 teaspoonful. So I'm going to add here, and then I'm going to just mix it up. And this is, yeah, go ahead.
Kiyomi, what is the name of that product that you're using? The one that you just added?
Okay, it's called Anti-Inflammatory. Is that blurry? Can you see it? Anti-inflammatory. Yeah. And ingredients. The spices. Okay, so turmeric, ashwagandha, ginseng, and cinnamon, cardamom. Yep. So simple, real ingredients, real food ingredients. No
And that's
sugar.
on your website? That's from Sei Mee Tea?
Yes.
Great.
It's under adaptogens. So immune booster, Sharon, you liked and you talked about at the beginning, and this anti-inflammatory are in the category of adaptogens. So yeah, people can find it easily, I hope. And always, if you have questions during the shopping process, just please email us, and then we'll be happy to answer any questions. Okay, so at this point, the consistency is like this, and this is okay, but I love to have it a little bit more, thin, so that easily to spread. So this is just water. You can add water, 1 tablespoon at a time, and then you have a wonderful spicy mango mustard sauce. Sticky, but it's just about right. Okay, so it's coming along. Okay, so I'm gonna take that shish kebab out. Okay, so it's pretty good, and I'm gonna flip them down, and then do 1 more minute. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to set the time. A new phone, Face ID. Okay, so 1 minute. Okay. Okay, great. So those 2 dishes were the easy ones: cauliflower coconut rice and shish kebab and mango mustard sauce. And now this is the main dish, main of the meal. Okay, so I'm gonna make the stuffed tofu. Okay, so I'm not sure how you are familiar with tofu. I know, Sharon, you are, but the audience. So when you are dealing with tofu, if you like the firmer texture, you can easily dehydrate tofu. And the technique, there are a couple of the techniques I like. And the first one is you just freeze them. You buy the tofu and then you open it up, and then just to get the tofu cube out, and put it in a container or wrap it up with plastic and then freeze it. And then defrost takes a little long time, just that I'm saying here. Yeah. Okay, so. All right, so defrost takes all day if you are just leaving it on the counter and wait to for the tofu get defrosted. But it's worth it because you don't have to press, you don't have to do anything, just freeze, take it out, leave it, and then all the water comes out when it gets thawed. So that's one you can do one method you can do to dehydrate tofu. And if you have microwave, you can microwave tofu to dehydrate too. That's what I'm gonna do today. So I already did microwave for 3 minutes. I'm gonna show you how I did it. Okay, so this is how I did it. Where is tofu? you don't see the tofu, so I'm gonna show you. Okay, so I used this 4 plates as a weight to squish the water out from the tofu. So tofu is under the paper towel, just a couple, double layered paper towel, and the tofu right here, and paper towel again. And this paper towel has quite a bit of water already in it. I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of squeeze out the water. And then I repeat one more time, using the same paper towel. You don't have to change it. Okay, and then put the paper towel down underneath, and then little more paper towel again, and then wait, and microwave a couple more minutes. That's it. And then okay. So when it's done, yeah, the tofu is pretty well dehydrated, and the texture is really nice, kind of firm, and really gives you satisfaction when you eat it. Okay, Sharon, are you seeing any questions about the green tea?
Actually, someone asked, are you using firm or extra firm tofu?
Oh yeah, yes, definitely. Yeah, firm or extra firm tofu would help. But even so, I'd have to dehydrate further, just because sometimes the soft texture is attractive. Some of the dish, you really want to have the kind of chewiness a little bit. And this one is one of the dishes. And actually, I'm using extra firm tofu, and still I'm dehydrating it. So, yeah, it depends on your palate too, I think. So if you like softer texture, you don't have to do this. Okay, so I'm waiting for the tofu. Okay, so when tofu is done, I will show you how to make stuffing. So I'm going to remove this. And it's very hot, so please be careful. And I'm going to just leave it so that it kind of cools down. Okay, now this is the best part. Everything is yummy, but this is the best part of this meal. Okay, so the stuffing. Okay, so the stuffing is made with portobello mushrooms, garlic, and walnuts, and baked squash. Okay, so if you haven't cooked the portobello, once again, it might be a little intimidating look. Here's the stem. So stem and head, you can just tear apart like this. And the stem is actually easy to tear with fingers like this. So, and then you can, and then you can just chop it up like this to make small pieces. And this head, you can easily chop it up with this knife. And what you want is just small size. You don't have to really mince it, but just a small size. And just a whole mushroom, whole portobello mushroom, and 2 cloves of garlic minced up. Cook with a quarter cup of water, and then just cook it, boil it, and then you have cooked mix of the mushroom and garlic. And it smells so good, so good. So anyway, this one is gonna get mixed up with baked acorn squash. Okay, so baking acorn squash is again easy. Just chop the both ends and then half it, and then remove the seeds and wet the pieces, and then put it down and 400 degrees oven for about 25 minutes. And then you can just leave it there until it cools down, so you can handle it with your hands and scoop it up. Very easy. And these dishes, not everything is using green tea, and it's okay. You can actually get more plant chemicals, phytochemicals or antioxidants. That is really good for you. It's actually amazing. For example, green tea enhances the bioavailability and antioxidant activity if you are eating with vitamin C, for example, or black pepper. So those items, not just drinking or eating just one item because, oh my gosh, Dr. So-and-so said, this is good for me. Just eating one item, that doesn't really serve for you. Not better than, eating the whole wide variety of plant foods. And, if you are actually eating more plant food, and then probably your palate is even, getting more, keener to the flavor. So that means you can enjoy more foods. That's what I think. So anyway, so it's mixed up. It's the acorn squash here, and then you can use just a fork and mash it up. You don't have to use any technique to do this. Just mash it up, and then you can add that portobello mushroom and garlic thing here. And the walnuts right here, and then mix it up. Okay, so you have the stuffing right here. Just very simple ingredients. And then we're gonna stuff the tofu right now. Let me remove these mushrooms. When you are encountering that new ingredients, it's like, I don't know what to do. Is it gonna poison me? some kind of anxiety, happens. But actually, you can actually simply Google how to cook, and then from there you can just start to add all kinds of different spices, or using the different techniques like broiling it, steam it, boiling it, whatever. It's cooking is really fun. Okay, so now dehydrated tofu, really firm, still a little bit hot, so be careful. I wish I can show you how firm this is. Okay, so I don't know. Can you tell how firm this is? So anyway, I cut the tofu diagonally, so you have triangle piece. And when you have triangle piece, it's kind of easy to make a pocket. So the pocket is simply put the knife in the middle right here and just make a little pocket like that. Now you have a pocket. And this is where the stuffing goes. Look. Okay, and before I stuff it, I'm going to make a little bit of a coating. Okay, so what I have right here is gluten-free flour. I use Bob's Red Mill brand, and I like the gluten-free flour because when I air fry tofu, I'm going to air fry these pieces with stuffing in it. And when you do it, actually gluten-free flour makes it crisper rather than just regular flour make it kind of stickier, kind of stretchy. But this one makes it crispy because it's gluten-free. Gluten makes it stickier, I think. So anyway, gluten-free flour, 1 tablespoon, and add. This is actually center powder spice mix. How I made it is very easy. 2 tablespoons of center powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of the black pepper. Remember the synergy, so black pepper here. So
Kiyomi, could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that?
Okay. So 2 tablespoons of center powder. You can use decaf, of course, and 2 tablespoons of the garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, and
thank you.
Then, my pleasure. Thank you, Sharon. Good question. And 1 tablespoon of gluten-free flour and 1 teaspoon of this spice mix mixed up. And then just put it in a plate so that we can push the tofu to coat it. So I do it before I stuff it, actually, and just press. And the tofu is still kind of steamy and wet. It kind of effortlessly stick. So it's kind of coated here like this. And please do so all the sides, not just the wide area, all of them. And actually, this is pretty clean still, so I just keep it for the next day. It's very, any part of these recipes I'm sharing today is usable for any kind of meal combination. So please, use it and cook a lot. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the stuffing in here. And if you like to do more than 2 pieces at a time, you can do so. My air fryer takes just 2 pieces at a time. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna put these in the air fryer. So I'm gonna disappear from the screen a little bit, but yeah, I'll do that.
If anyone has questions, please put them in the chat. I'll be happy to ask them.
All right, so I'm air frying the tofu, stuffed tofu, for 8 minutes first with 350 degrees, and then gonna flip them, and then the same temperature and 5 more minutes, and then you have beautiful air fried tofu, stuffed tofu. Okay, so now what we need is teriyaki sauce, beautiful teriyaki sauce. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna need the mix of processor here. Okay, so we love this teriyaki sauce. So I'm gonna make a batch and save it for other purposes. That's why I'm using a whole pot. But if you are just using for this, you can use just a lot less. So for example, this one, this is dried raisin soaked in water to be processed. So half cup raisin and half cup water will do it. I have 4 times more, 2 cups each. Okay, now after raisin, you can use once again a quarter of onion, but I have whole onion. Okay, so this one has sesame seeds. Okay, so you can use 1 tablespoon. I have 4 tablespoons here. A little bit of grated ginger, and a quarter teaspoon for you. I have 4 teaspoons for the cayenne pepper. Okay, and I'm going to process a little bit before I add soy sauce. Great, thank you for waiting. And then I'm going to add soy sauce. And for you, just a half cup of soy sauce. I have 4 times more, 2 cups here. great. Okay, now I'm gonna be waiting for the tofu gets finished. So I'm gonna grab arugula, and then I will have time for questions. And that tofu, it's really tasty with that teriyaki sauce. Okay, now I'm waiting for the tofu. So, Sharon, do you have more questions for me?
I was just trying to send a link in the chat. I use coconut aminos as a lower sodium alternative to the soy sauce.
Yes, I would try that. Yes. Definitely.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, so I used the low sodium version of the soy sauce, but still it's kind of salty for me. So maybe, if you have leftover soy sauce, you can actually use 2/3 of soy sauce and just fill up with water. I think that would do it too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see any other questions, but you will be sending me the recipes, including the spice mix recipe as well.
Yes. Yep. We do that.
Great.
Yep. Great. Okay. So, okay. So, I wonder, last time I asked you all how you are enjoying the tea, and some of you shared the smoothies, smoothie recipes. I wonder if you'd like to share, how you are enjoying the tea again. If anybody wants to do that, and, other people can learn from you.
I don't see any feedback on that either, but I'm wondering if I could use it. I'd like to sprinkle things on my salad sometimes.
Oh,
so if I didn't want to incorporate it, could I just sprinkle it on a big salad?
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And I tried cauliflower pizza. Just steam the cauliflower and press it, and then you can make a disc and put any kind of fruit, vegetable, or whatever on the topping, and then just a little bit of green tea over it. Just to enjoy it as a topping of the pizza. That'll be a good one too.
Great. Carol says she's drinking it with her herbal tea in the morning.
Oh, great. Over tea, yeah. Great.
Yeah, and Janet Keener says she's been drinking the decaf sencha cold in addition to hot. Great idea.
Yep. I flipped the tofu, and I'm going to do it a couple more minutes. Okay. All right. So, okay. So I'm going to start to assemble this dish. Okay. So we have arugula here, and the tofu goes on this arugula bed, and this is the rice. Okay. So, okay. So that this in my culture, I came from the culture, you want to eat, a hot dish as really hot, piping hot, and, cold dish as really, really chilled. And if you can just juggle around so that, everything is, done at the same time, that's perfect, wonderful. But you can kind of keep it warm in the oven, or, be warm with microwave if you like. But anyway, I think it's better if you can enjoy it really warm when you are enjoying the warm dish. Okay, so just like this, coconut cauliflower rice here, and then grab a few of the shish-kebab. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but shish-kebab right here. That goes on the plate. Okay, and then mustard sauce goes on top of it. And to add a little more excitement, a little more green tea powder as a garnish. This is a fine strainer that I like to use. So I'm going to use this one, and the tofu is done. But you don't need a whole bunch, just just a pinch of it, okay, and then just go like that. And add, I'm sprinkling over everywhere. Okay, so that's it. But, you're adding flavor. You're adding the potent caffeine antioxidants that way, and that's pretty cool way to add the potency. Now, the air fryer did a beautiful job of making a crisp tofu, and actually I added a little bit of the leftover in the fryer too. So it's like a little stuffing outside the food. It's like this, and then we're gonna add the sauce. I can put this. So and you can keep this sauce in the fridge like a week, easy, or 10 days. Okay, here we go. That's it. All right, so this is the plant-based romantic island dinner for you to enjoy. Hopefully you enjoy it. And yeah, so.
That looks beautiful, Kiyomi. You're getting a lot of comments here. Everyone is saying they didn't know you could stuff tofu, which I didn't either. That's brilliant. And Janet says you're making her very hungry.
Wonderful. I made it then.
It's a beautiful plate. Looks wonderful.
Thank you. Well, I hope you all enjoy. And if you have questions, please email Sharon. And I'm sure Sharon will pass it on to me. And if you would like to email us directly, seimeetea@gmail.com, that'd be awesome. And also don't forget, you can always get the discount from Sharon. So please use Sharon's referral discount, and Sharon would be happy to explain to you. and the link is in the email. So thank you so much.